Hey media students, in this video I'll show you how to export your character animator project into a video so that you can drop this into a video editor with a partner's video and edit up this project and finish it up. So I've actually re-recorded my joke audio so it looks exactly like yours. So here's all my answers, and I went through and I re-recorded my animations just so that my project would look like yours. So the first thing we need to do is, if you dropped in your background so you can kind of see what it would look like, we have to turn that off. So in the timeline, look for the eyeball next to your background track if you have one, and just turn it off. We want the background to be black because when we export this video, the black background will actually be clear so that we can add your background in the video editor. Next, decide how big you want your character to be. This is what I want my character to look like when I export this video. But if you want something where you can see his whole body, you can go to 100% and like 0 on the position and the transform here. And you can literally move him around the screen wherever you want them to be. Just remember, we can also move them around the screen in the video editor. So it's really not that big of a deal left to right and up and down where you move him. What will be a big deal is how big your character is. You kind of want your character to be the right size, because if we scale them up in the video editor, they'll get blurry. So I've decided that I want my character to be like 300%, and I kind of know that I want him down here like this. So kind of decide what you want. Just remember that when you transform him, the animation will go with him. So you don't have to redo any of this once you scale it over here, once you transform it. The last thing we need to do here is we need to go to the very end of our animation tracks right here, like this, and we have to tell character animator that this is the end of our video. So we're going to go to timeline and we're going to choose set work area end to the playhead right here. And you can kind of see that this gray part here gets highlighted. This is telling character animator, this is what we're working on. This is what we want to export. So now we're going to go to File, Export, and we're going to choose Video with Alpha via the Adobe Media Encoder. The alpha means that the black background is going to be clear. So we're going to click on this, and it will add it to your Media Encoder queue. It's just going to ask for a file name first. So write your name, and then put joke at the end. And we're going to save this on the desktop. I know we're not supposed to do that normally, but we're going to actually move this file to a different place when we're done. So we'll put it on the desktop just so that we can find it pretty easily. And then once we move it, we'll delete this file. So we're going to hit save. And if you don't have Media Encoder open, it will open Media Encoder. It might take a minute or two. I already had it open. And you just want to make sure that everything is kind of set right before you start this. So it's going to say QuickTime here. It's going to say GoPro Cineform RGB with alpha. The with alpha is really important, so make sure that it says that. It's going to say you're saving it on the desktop, and then if everything is good, we're going to press the play button here. If for some reason there's more than one thing listed here, like let's say I exported this, I'm going to click export and I called it something else like this, and I click save, and I have two things here, make sure that we're only really encoding one. We only need one of these. So I really know I want this first one, so this second one here, I'm going to press delete on my keyboard and click yes that I don't want that. Then we're going to press play right here. This will take a second or two on your computer. You can see right here the computer is doing a lot of work. It's crunching all the information it needs to render this video. All right, it says right here the time remaining, so I'm just going to let this do its thing and then we'll move on. All right, so my video is done encoding, and it's actually, there's a file on the desktop for this. So the next step, what you're going to do is you're done with Character Animator, so you don't need this anymore. Okay, so just close it and then call me over and we'll move your joke file, your video joke file, to the right spot where you and someone else in class can use it and use Adobe Premiere to edit it together.